just did the key. The next two cards are the shell and the feather. If you pick the feather, this one is for you. And we have Judgment. Judgment is just simply the consequence of any choice or action that we make in life. Any choice you make is going to have an outcome. So there might be, well, let's see what fell out. We have the Emperor and the Four of Swords. The Emperor is career, or just how you spend your day-to-day, how you invest your time, how you organize your life. And then the Four of Swords is rest and recovery. Usually Four of Swords comes after we've had a little bit of a battle. With it showing up with Judgment. Oh, I've never gotten this card before. I have Magic of Nature. And because I've never gotten that card before, I've never read it in the guidebook. So I want to now. And feel like I should. Okay. When you are disconnected from Mother Earth, you may feel depressed or lethargic without knowing why. Earth too feels distraught when you don't connect with her on a regular basis. She needs you to be amidst her beauty so she can telegraph information to you. In this way, you'll know best how to care for your planet. By drawing this card, you're being urged to spend time daily, even as little as 5 minutes outside in nature. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths as you're surrounded by the magical energy of nature. With that card, with the Four of Swords showing up with rest and recovery, along with the Emperor, which is your day-to-day, how you're spending your time, really your career, how you make money, how you invest your time into things. There's this consequence. There's a certain consequence that comes. And consequence sometimes has a negative connotation, but it's just the outcome of a choice. This is asking you to look at the way you spend your time and your career, and there's like two. Okay, so there's one where it's saying there's this job and there's this need to recover, this need almost to like there's a career path that's kind of come to a fork in the road, and there's this new job opportunity where there's this recovery that's needed, and it needs to like, the job needs to have more to do with nature and being out in nature, maybe working in the environment, just see someone with their hands in the dirt. There's something about you that needs to be out and working outside, working for the earth, working for nature. The way he's curled up in this fetal position, it feels like there's almost like you're going in this one direction, and now there's this like rebirth that needs to happen, where the consequences of your actions before now were leading to this sadness, lethargic. I don't know how to say that. It's just like a change. The other message that was coming in was making time in your day-to-day to go on walks, to get out, to breathe, to notice how the pace of the earth, the pace of nature, it's a lot slower than our normal day-to-day that requires us to perform and produce and to do things quickly and efficiently. There's this different energy when you're out in nature where it's just quiet and slow, and there's this peace. Occasionally there's that storm that really changes things quickly, but on a grand scale of like a year, it's a slow change, but looking through that year, it actually changes very quickly, and a lot of things get changed and done throughout the year. This is kind of asking to look at how your career, how your day-to-day is affecting you. What part of you needs to be recovering because of that? And the advice is, in nature in some way, there's this answer of how you can revise what you're doing. There's also cycles. Seeing the moon cycle, you might be in like a new moon phase of your life. Which is the recovery time of life. It's not the performing time of life. It's not the summertime where things are growing and changing drastically, and things are blooming left and right. You're more in the time of a winter, asleep. And notice that, be aware of that, accept that, be okay with the phase of life you're in. That feels, it seems like everything I think that's it. So yeah, if you picked that feather, your card was Judgment, which is all about the consequences of our actions. Look at your actions and consider there is one message that was consider the career change to bring in a whole different energy to your life. But then there's that second message of looking at life as more of a cycle and being okay with where you are at in that cycle. And that's it. Happy New Year's Eve, and I'll see you next week.